Hello and welcome to a Banned from the Video Store spin-off. Shit I Find at Garage Sales. I'll come up with a better title later. This is the Atari Lynx, which was supposed to be the Nintendo Game Boy and Game Gear killer. That came out, I believe it was 94, 95. I never actually owned one of these back in the day. I still hate that fucking phrase, back in the day. But this thing was supposed to kill the Nintendo Game Boy and the Game Gear, and this is what the games actually look like. Little thin cards, just a little lip right there, and they just slide in the back. Right in there. And I got this the other day. I've been actually looking for one for a while. There was actually two models of it. This is Model A, and Model B is a slimmer, like a prettier blue gray color, and I don't think it's quite as chunky. You know, this is back in the times when they were like, "Oh, it's portable because I can carry it." Well, this thing is like the size. I mean, look how compared to the size of Phoenix. You know, Phoenix is not a small kitty. You know, look how big she is. How big it is compared to her. So you know, it's about a foot long, maybe 2 or 3 inches wide. It's chunky as shit, and it has some cool stuff in it. Like, I just, you know, I'm a big Atari person anyway. So, let's get down to it. You know, there's an on and off button, individual buttons. There was a backlight button, which you had to play it with a backlight on, or you couldn't see anything. Option 1. I haven't actually used that one yet. Restart as your reset. Flip was actually cool. This system, you could actually play it with your, if you were right-handed or left-handed, you know, so you could play with, you know, either button, and it would actually flip the screen, and you could control with your thumb over here, you know, your right thumb instead of your left thumb, which I always thought was kind of neat. I never used it, but you know, it's neat that it's there. You know, you have your brightness, which desperately needed. I'll show you in a little bit. There was a link. Wait, that's okay. That's a power. Then there's the link, and then the headphones. The link, I don't know what games use the link. This is the first, like I said, the first one I've ever owned. This is like a point-and-click RPG, which I'm really fond of. I might do a separate review of that. But here's the volume, and here's the back of it. There was some kind of like strap that went on. Excuse me. But yeah, okay, so now I'm going to turn it on and let you guys kind of get an idea of what it looks like. See how bright that screen is. Yeah. And it's pretty bright, almost 16-bit. Like I said, this is kind of a bad game to give an example of because it's like an RPG. But, yeah, I actually like this game. I've been actually wanting it since I read a review for it in GamePro a long-ass time ago. This is going to be one of the few games I would actually buy for it. And I just happened to luck out that that's what he had for it when I bought it. So I paid $40 for it, and I couldn't complain. I would do it again. A big fan of anything Atari. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I can see why this system failed because you know it takes 6 AA batteries. The library wasn't exactly good. I mean, there was games like Kung Fu, you know, Batman Returns. You know, these were not big sellers. You know, you ask somebody today to name 5 Atari Lynx games, and they're gonna look at you like you're special. The graphics were decent, but this fucking screen was very tricky. You had to aim your shit just right while you played it. It was not a great system, and but I like the weird, I like the unusual, and there was a lot of things it didn't have going for it. It wasn't really that portable. It ate batteries like a beast. Games were kind of hard to find. And if they weren't licensed by Atari, you really didn't get anything major. You didn't get, they didn't have the titles like Mario or Sonic or shit like that. Like, you had Road Blaster and Kung Fu and, Ninja Gaiden, I think, was like one of the biggest games out for it. So, it was a failed system, but it found its way into my heart. So, anybody out there has a Jaguar, or not Jaguar, a Lynx, or wants to share some Lynx memories, fill out the comments below, and I'd love to talk more Atari stuff with you guys down the line. I know I come off more of a movie reviewer, but I do kind of just review anything I feel fit. So, this is Stray 13 from Banned from the Video Store. Check me out at SpaceMonkeyMafiaStudios.com. Add me on Facebook at Facebook.com/Banned from the Video Store. Follow me on Twitter at BannedStray13, and subscribe if you haven't already.